Hi guys, welcome back to Mansell Media Corner, and today is another WWE pay-per-view ranking what I've got on DVD. The year I'm covering today is 2010, which is nowadays still to this day is a very interesting year. You had the likes of Daniel Bryan getting fired for attacking Justin Roberts, I recall, on a Raw when the Nexus made the debut. But yeah, like us, but like all of the fans, it was a strange little year 2010 for WWE. So, in at number 5. It's TLC, Tables, Ladders and Chairs. There's Rey Mysterio on the cover, looking like he's doing some sort of moonsault. Reason why I've put this at number 5. I wasn't a big fan of The Miz's WWE Championship, but he fights then the former champion Randy Orton. Again, a lot of people would agree this was a bad call at the time. John Cena putting over Wade Barrett, who's now on Raw commentary, I think. But a very dodgy storyline with Natalia, I think it might have been Vince McMahon with as she was gassing all the while, which teamed up with Beth Phoenix to take on Michelle McCool and Layla. Had a good triple threat ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Jack Swagger now in AEW, Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler. He also had a fatal 4-way TLC match which was decent. Kane, Edge, Rey Mysterio and Alberto Del Rio. You also have a very not a great segment in the ring with I think he was known as Dashing Cody Rhodes in the Big Show. I think this was to promote, I think it's called Knucklehead, the Big Show film, what he did, which was produced by WWE Films. So, yeah, it's not a bad show. Could be better, could be worse. Then, in at number 4, this is when WWE gave the spoilers out on, like, covers. You can see Randy Orton with I think it's John Cena's Spinning World Championship. Had a no-holds-barred match between the Brothers of Destruction, Kane versus The Undertaker. Again, this is just after SummerSlam, I think. So you've got likes of Wade Barrett versus Chris Jericho versus Edge versus Sheamus versus John Cena versus Randy Orton, a 6-pack challenge match. And Big Show versus CM Punk. Was not a big fan of this feud. I think this was about the time I think Big Show exposed CM Punk's bald head. I think it was on SmackDown. But this was the pay-per-view where Daniel Bryan beat The Miz for the United States Championship. Have a great match between Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston. He also had Tag Team Turmoil match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. It was Team of the Heart Dynasty. It was Tyson Kidd, who I think is a producer at WWE, and David Hart Smith. We'd have the team of an unlikely team of Mark Henry and Evan Bourne. Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov, Drew McIntyre and Dashing Cody Rhodes, and of course the legendary The Usos, Jimmy and Jay with Tamina Snuka. Also had a lumberjaw match for the Divas and Women's Championship, which was Melina versus Lyko, which was Michelle McCool. So yeah, that's in at number 4. In at number 3 is 2010 Survivor Series. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of this show. I love the Survivor Series though, in a whole. But you've got the likes of the main event was Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett with special guest referee John Cena. Have World Heavyweight Champion Kane versus Edge. You'd only have one elimination tag team match, which is the baby faces of Rey Mysterio, Big Show, Kofi Kingston, MVP and Chris Masters versus the heels of Alberto Del Rio, Drew McIntyre, Jack Swagger, Dashing Cody Rhodes and Tyler Rex. I think's a trans now. I think she's a trans now. I think she's transsexual. I'm not 100% sure. But you'd have WWE Tag Team Championship match, which is a nexus of Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater versus Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov. Intercontinental Championship match, Dolph Ziggler the champion versus Caval, who was low key, I think, in TNA or Impact. Have John Morrison versus Sheamus, which is a decent match if I recall. And United States champion Daniel Bryan versus Ted DiBiase Jr. with Maurice, who's now married to The Miz. So one handicap match for the WWE Divas Championship. Michelle McCool and Layla versus Natalia. The special feature, The Miz cashes in. I think this is the day after the Survivor Series. But yeah, it's a decent Survivor Series. In it number 2, I like this Royal Rumble match. I watched it a couple of days ago. Kind of an all-star cast of this Royal Rumble match with CM Punk, Batista, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Triple H, Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, all getting involved. But the only downside was the Piggy James storyline came to an end at this pay-per-view with Michelle McCool versus Mickie James. This was one of the last pay-per-views WWE promoted their take on ECW, but it's Christian versus Ezekiel Jackson. World Heavyweight Championship match, Undertaker versus Rey Mysterio. Championship match, Sheamus versus Randy Orton. And MVP versus The Miz as well. But yes, it's a really good pay-per-view. And of course, it had 30-man Royal Rumble match as well, which is like I've just said, it's a quality match. I think it's on YouTube on the WWE's YouTube channel, with lots of other Royal Rumble matches like 1992. But also special features for the 1st of February 2010. You got Bret the Hitman Hart confronts Mr. McMahon. So, in at number 1, I actually like this pay-per-view. There's a match I know people hate, and I could understand why. And I'll get to that match in a bit. We got a 10 Diva tag team match with Mickie James, Kelly, Eve, Gail Kim and Beth Phoenix versus team of Michelle McCool, Maryse, Layla, Alicia Fox and Eddie Guerrero. I think this is about the fourth time he had a Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania, I think, with the participants are Kane versus Christian versus Kofi Kingston versus MVP versus Matt Hardy versus Shelton Benjamin versus Evan Bourne versus Drew McIntyre versus Jack Swagger versus Dolph Ziggler. Again, a really good match. And you look at some of the participants who are in there, you know, some good high spots. And you have the Unified Tag Team Championship match, which is Big Show and The Miz versus the babyface team of John Morrison and R-Truth. You'd have a really good storyline as well with Rey Mysterio versus CM Punk, if I do recall rightly. You'd have the Legacy in a triple threat match. Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes versus Ted DiBiase Jr. And then you got Triple H versus Sheamus. And then, this is a match the fans... I can understand why it's not that good, but in real life, Bret Hart's just... I think he had a stroke or something along the lines and he couldn't take any shots. But he took on Mr. McMahon. I've got to admit, it's one of Bret Hart's weakest, possibly one of his two of his weakest WrestleMania matches. But it is what it is. I thought it was quite a fun match. Pardon me. Then the main event was Streak versus Korea. I had an absolute classic WrestleMania 25, and this one was awesome as well. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. You'd have World Heavyweight Championship match, Chris Jericho versus Edge, who just returned at the Royal Rumble, if I recall, 2010. Also have the championship match of the Raw side, which was Batista versus John Cena. But also you'd have a really, really good WWE Hall of Fame class with the likes of the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Gorgeous George, Wendy Richter, Morris Mad Dog Vachon, Antonio Inoki, Bob Uecker, and Stu Hart. And you'd have odd bonus matches of the participants who involved this year's Hall of Fame. You also have the old school battle royale as well, but you'd have stuff for the participants in the Hall of Fame. So you'd have, you'd have Morris Mad Dog Vachon versus Rick McGraw. You'd have Wendy Richter versus Fabulous Moolah. You wouldn't have any of Stu Hart, but you had Antonio Inoki versus the Great Hussein, or Hussein. Have Gorgeous George versus Frankie Taliber. You'd also have $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase versus Jake the Snake Roberts, an absolute classic WrestleMania match. You also had a really fun segment with Josh Matthews interviewing Vicky Guerrero, where I think it was Jillian Hall who that tried to make as like a Britney Spears clone. It was quite laughable. They were the Hall of Famers. I think that's Lady Roddy Piper. Yes, it is. Lady Roddy Piper looking like a Matthew with his black hat and his attire. Of course, got the legendary Bret Hart. So yeah, that was a bit of 2010 for you. So let me know in the comments, guys, what if ever you do a top 10 ranking of, like ranking of pay-per-views. Let me know what your number one is. I always like checking other YouTube guys who cover wrestling, etc. Like my good friend Beatdown Bunny, Rocket, Dave, etc. So yes. So guys, thank you for the 40 subscribers. It means a lot. I'm gonna do a couple of mentions, a couple of shout-outs, pardon. So that goes to the 2004 Punk. The guy has got literally a whole collection of WWE DVDs, Blu-rays, limited editions, what have you, special editions. Then Beatdown Bunny as well is going to get a mention. Hell of a YouTuber. I could call him a dear friend because he's my friend on Facebook. And Rocket Dave as well. Another member of the Wrestling Crypt group on Facebook. Also, no, like Rocket, pardon, Wrestling Crypt, my good friend from up the road, Jim Jam Movies and TV, from Dudley, James Mr. Millership, and my very, very good friend, I can call a friend now, Hale, from Small Screen, Big Screen Reviews, hell of a YouTuber, and Magpie Movies, and Scottish Geek Guy, and Rebecca Louise. So anyhow, thank you for watching Mansa Media Corner. There'll be some more videos up today at some point. So yeah, thank you for watching the channel. Please like, share and subscribe, and bye for now.